back with another quick video. Listen, there's a lot of talk surfacing all over the internet, TikTok, Facebook, you name it. As we approach the 1st of November, there's a lot of everybody, people are just, they cut the SNAP benefits, they cut the food stamps. We know you know, I made a video earlier in the year about that the government was going to be trying to revamp the whole SNAP benefit thing, right? And so people are really, really kind of going, they're losing their minds. They're losing their minds. Now, uh, we've been told prepare, 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 prepare. Americans are not ready for what's coming next. And when people are sounding that type of an alarm because, up and coming, there is supposed to be some kind of a, catastrophic shakeup of of the system or whatever. I mean, the government shuts down pretty much every year. Democrats and Republicans can never seem to get along to agree. They can never agree. They always are, fighting over policies and stuff like that. So that's inevitable. You figure that happens every year. I mean, as far back as I can remember, the government always shuts down, and it's usually always around the holiday time. So you always want to prepare for these things, right? And like I said, you have people always talking about, oh, Americans, need to prepare now. Prepare. I remember going back years ago, man. People were saying that, and it's like, okay, um, if you haven't prepared yourself, you're only leaving yourself vulnerable for the inevitable around the holiday time, right? So now everybody is up in their, feelings and stuff like that because they're like, oh, they cutting off our wick. Well, it ain't even wick no more. It's snap. They're cutting off the snap, right? A lot of them should have been went out and found a job. You know what I mean? Like I know some people are working and they don't really make much money, so they still qualify for SNAP benefits. But somehow, some way, you got to find, like a happy medium. You know what I'm saying? Or you just got to be able to, kind of set aside some money for times where if you're only making a certain amount of money at your job, you set aside a small fraction of that money, and you kind of don't touch it. You just set it aside so that way, um especially when holidays come around, you don't running out trying to spend your last, right? So with these benefits being cut, of course, food on the table, that's paramount. Let's be honest. Like for any household, the that Thanksgiving dinner, that Christmas dinner, even on New Year's. Some people, there's birthdays and birthdays during these holiday time, and the people got people want to sit down, they want to enjoy a hot meal, which everybody should be entitled to that, especially for the working people, right? But things are hard for people that are working because price of everything is still, um, prices of food, eggs, all that stuff, eggflation. You heard that saying. Everything is up. But the latest thing now, you got people all over the internet talking about they gonna run out and start attacking different people and running up in the store and stealing food and um, you know, desperate times, desperate measures, right? But what happened to the warning signs that we might have had before it got to this point, right? Prepare, set aside a little something on the side. Make sure that, in a time of emergency, you have, rainy day funds or stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Craig, how you doing? Appreciate you for joining me, man. Shout out to you, man. You're the first one up in here. And I appreciate the like, yo. You guys go ahead and give me a like, man. Hit that like button, man. If you know if you know if you you enjoy what what you hear and stuff. Um, I don't want to butcher your name, but you the second person. Min Wan So I tried. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate you for joining me, man. Go ahead and leave a like, man. Um, and you guys that are from your country, put your country up there. Like, put your flag up. Let me know where you from. Um, Indonesia. Okay, okay. Indonesia. How's it out there? How's the weather right now this time of year, man? Um, I think that you guys are probably doing like 70 degrees right now. Something like that, anyway. Okay, you from? And it looks like is that is that is that the Italian flag? That's the Italy. No, I think that's the Italian flag. But hey, rep where you from, man. I appreciate you guys. Ireland. Okay, okay. Say Ireland in the building. Shout out to Ireland to Ireland. Yeah. So what I was just trying to touch on was there's so much stuff going on. I mean, so many people all over the internet right now saying I'm here in U.S. right, and as the uh, holiday season gets ready to kind of go into full effect, the 1st of November, you got these. There's just so much going on right now here in the U.S. with the government shutdown and people not, they get their benefits from the government, food, vouchers and stuff like that on the 1st of the month. And so since the government is shut down, there are just so many people that are not going to be receiving those benefits. And people are just really, really, they're there's a lot of emotion. There's a lot of people on the internet talking about, well, we're gonna go and start looting and robbing and so I heard seen somebody say something about was um Walmart was gonna be closing their doors on the first because um they all these people up on the internet talking about they're gonna start running in there and just grabbing the food. And you can see there's some videos of people surfacing on the internet. I've seen it. And if you haven't seen it, I've seen it. That there are people up there um, video recording them going in and just looting stores, which that happens, man. I mean, yeah, they had that going on when they have a lot of the riots and the protests and stuff like that. For some reason, people over here, um, you know, they run out and they go to the local stores, the local small businesses, and they just start looting and taking whatever it is. Oh, my fault. It's not my camera. So that's what's all over the internet now. And my thing is like you only have a couple more days before the 1st of November comes around, and then we know Thanksgiving is the Thanksgiving holiday, and of course Christmas holidays. And hopefully the government gets back up and running so that people can receive their benefits. You got government benefits going out to a lot of the military. A lot of people here in the United States that receive their pensions and they just get stipends and stuff. Their money that they would regularly get. They're on fixed incomes. They live off of this money that they get from the government every month, and nobody's getting their money right now. But these aren't the people. They're not the ones that are making videos talking about going out and committing these acts. Running up in places and just taking whatever they want. The people that are talking about doing that are people that are on the EBT or the food stamps and stuff. So I don't encourage nobody to go out and do nothing like that because you should have heeded the warning signs. Yes, sir. Amen to that one. Uh, should have heeded the warning signs and kind of been, kind of putting away some money for, in times like these when maybe the government shuts down and, so I'm looking here on the internet, and apparently Walmart is not going to shut down. The only time that they shut down, I believe, is like on Christmas Day, and there's another day. These are days that mostly, um, most places, even banks, they take those days off. Those are the only days that they're talking about. So one of these employees, and everybody's like, oh well, I actually thought it was true because they were saying the only way you're going to be able to go to Walmart and buy anything is if you use the DoorDash, or they'll come out to the parking lot and bring your food out to you. And it's like, that's crazy to think, like, because people that have SNAP benefits are, they're on the internet talking about, trying to uh, correlate, or these people are trying to plan to run up in Walmart on the first. You can't. How you gonna get up on the internet and say something like that, as if they're not gonna catch wind of it, right? Oh, so y'all plan to run up in the store, right? Oh, okay, yeah. Well, we're gonna take measures to prevent that, right? So that's crazy. I don't know why they would, if that was what somebody was planning to do, why would you go ahead and broadcast that over the over the internet? So, um, but and then there's the in reaction to that, people, Walmart employees are like, no, we're not shutting down. We're not. Walmart's, that's a lie. We're going to be open for business. Might be a little more security. So if you run up in there, just, don't think you're just going to be able to run up in there and run out of there with anything. um so yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I really feel like, if you really need those, people are going to need to get food because of the holidays. There are look into your local food pantry. I used to volunteer at the food pantry. There's sometimes there are churches where you can go to if what I'm saying, you might need um, to get some food and stuff like that for the family. There are places that will have, some there's places you can go where there'll be free meals. There'll be free meals. But with in times like these, I get it. Everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people are pretty much, struggling. Single parent households. It's hard for them. Um, and I understand, that people are afraid that their children might go hungry, you know, and so, um, but and at the same time, there are organizations that are out here, um, that have these you know people that make donations. Like, it's just like when the kids go back to school. A lot of times, people donate chicken. Sorry, chicken. People donate. People donate jackets, coats, books, and stuff like that. There's going to be those places where you can go, and they're going to be widespread, where you'll be able to go and get a Thanksgiving meal. It may not be the first of the month, but as you get closer to the holiday, the Thanksgiving holiday, you know, turkeys and things like that, or hens, or like the Cornish hens, you know, um, canned goods and stuff. A lot of that stuff, you will find that churches will be offering to give away a lot of this stuff, and like, that's something that I kind of, I've always been an advocate for. And I used to, when I was back home before I moved here, I used to I used to volunteer, so don't write off, just because you're not getting your government assistance, just because you're not getting your SNAP, that, because a lot of times those people, a lot of them, and I know this for a fact, a lot of those people that get those benefits, those people get thousands of dollars from the government. They're milking the system. And, they turn around and sell it. They turn around and sell it. They don't even take and use that SNAP credit to go grocery shopping. They actually take it, sell it, and go buy drugs or go get their hair done or stuff like that. Go out and go to the clubs with that money and stuff. A lot of people do that. So um, it's if they're cutting down or cutting back on it, it's because they're trying to revamp that system. Now, I don't know that this is the best time to do it because it's around the holidays, but it's probably never a good time to cut anybody's benefits. You know what I'm saying? But of course, during those holiday season, man, people are always looking for, they're looking for they're looking forward to those benefits. Maybe so that they can just, on the holiday go out and party. Like, all right, well, I sell my benefits. And I mean, I don't get that stuff, but they'll sell it, then they'll turn around and get money for it, and then they'll take that money and then otherwise go out and not even feed their kids. They'll go out and be, you know, getting their hair done, or giving that money to to the drug dealers and stuff like that. Like, a lot of that happens. So I know for a fact, bro. I know. So that's why a lot of people are really mad that they're cutting it off, because now they know that little hustle that they was doing, where they could get them thousand or $2,000 to $3,000 worth of SNAP, and then go down to the local bodega and sell it to them and get some cash money, and then take that money and then go run over here and buy some, get right, and then go over here and be, like, those days are coming to an end for people, man. You see what I'm saying? Like, you gotta really like, do what you gotta do if you are receiving those benefits, man, because, no longer is the government gonna allow you to just be kind of like scamming them, man. They got their eyes on where you spending that stuff at, man. So, but if you are in need of those benefits, or if you aren't going to be, first of the month come around, or the holiday season, as it approaches and stuff like that. And hey, how you doing? Shout out to you. Go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe if you guys haven't subscribed. Please do me that favor. Um, a lot of the benefits that may be withheld, there still are going to be organizations that will um, have some kind of aid for the people that will need it, and most likely those people that go to those, like, food pantries and stuff like that. Like, you're not gonna run up in a food pantry and try to steal it. Oh, I'm gonna run up in this food pantry and grab a bunch of stuff. No. Usually, I used to volunteer there. The people who used to come to the food pantry, they're pretty humble. They've humbled themselves enough to go and get, the food that, is being handed out. Um, But I don't know, man. I just look at it like, man, I see all this stuff online, and it's not looking good, man. It's not looking good. It's sending a bad signal. It's sending a very bad, a bad thing. And I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna let you hear this real quick before I end this video. What this woman said, and I had to laugh. I said, where's she where's she I don't know what's she thinking, like, what's going through her mind? Why would you think, like, to do that, right? And like I said, desperate times, desperate measures, man. We're living in a time, we're living in the last days, man, if you ask me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, um I don't know. You just tell me what you think. You can listen to this for yourself, but I'm trying to find that clip. Just Bear with me. Well, never mind. It's not important. But just do me a favor, you guys. Don't go out there and commit no type of crime. You know, um, it's not worth it. It's not worth it because, first of all, Walmart got too many cameras. And I'm not trying to tell nobody how to, oh, well, go somewhere where there ain't no cameras. I'm not saying that at all. You know what I'm saying? But you know, these people up here talking about go get the hoodies that zip up and you hide your face, and then I'm down with it. Y'all want to do it? Let's go. And I'm saying to myself, like, what type of mess is that, bro? Like, why don't you just go to a food pantry and get something for free? I mean, they're gonna be giving stuff away over there at the food pantries. So, all right, that's it, man. I'm about to end this video, man. I just wanted to kind of let you guys know that be on the watch out on the first of the month, man, for any type of shenanigans and nonsense that these people that's not getting a snap. Like, I have neighbors that they're elderly, right? And I told them, I said, if you if you need somebody to come with you when you're going to go grocery shopping, let me know so that nothing happens to you. Let me know, because I'm not going to allow my neighbors to wind up going somewhere and somebody try to run up on them and take something from them because I'm not around for that. I wouldn't stand by and let that happen, right? So I don't want people to feel afraid to go out to go shopping around that time of the year just because you got a bunch of people that don't have SNAP benefits, and then they targeting you because you're elderly or something like that. Like, so yeah, that's another thing too. Like, if you know somebody that's elderly, man, accompany them around that time to the store so that to make sure that they're safe, because you never know what these people are thinking. Because, like I said, like, they're probably trying to get they mad because they probably won't be able to sell those benefits to go buy drugs, and then out of desperation they may just try to rob or commit some kind of act or something. People up here talking about they're going to start robbing people, targeting people, targeting who? People that work, like, what I'm saying, a regular hardworking guy walks in, or a woman or whatever goes to the store to go buy groceries for her family, and you're gonna target her or target anyone? That's crazy. Hey, what's up? How you doing, man? Fatten 504 I-554. How you doing, man? Do me a favor, hit that like button, man. I'm good, bro. Okay. I'm from the US. I'm from the US. Where you from? Where you from? Shout out your country, man. Shout out your state, your city, where you guys are from. Please. I appreciate the like. If you haven't subscribed, you guys need to subscribe to the channel. Germany, okay. Hey, one question since you're over there, man. It's the UK and stuff. Are they over there? What's going on with the IDs and stuff over there, man? I hear that they got now that's another topic before we end it. We're not gonna end it. We're gonna keep going. The digital ID. Are they making the digital ID mandatory over in the UK? Right? Are they saying you can't work if you don't have a digital ID or something? And this is what I'm hearing. I really was talking about the what's going over here with the government shutdown and the SNAP benefits, but there's so much going on. I think they are in the UK, but I don't think it's a thing in Germany. Okay. Well, you know that they're past that thing over here that they're trying to make that digital ID. Well, It's not a mandatory thing. However, they're trying to push that over here. All right. Well, have you heard anything about this digital ID becoming a mandatory thing to work? Because um, they're trying to push it here because they have a lot of um, have a big thing going on with immigration, as well as with the people having the driver's licenses being non-domicile driver's license. That's a whole nother discussion, but it plays into those IDs and stuff, that they want to make it mandatory. They want to make it mandatory. It's like, you know, yeah, it's a digital ID. Well, you know what it is. The real ID is actually a digital ID. It has nothing to do with the Department of Transportation. Like, say, if you have a driver's license, because you said you have your ID, just a regular ID, um, is a state issued identification card, like a if you don't drive, you have a state ID. And if you do drive, you have a driver's license. Um, they want your driver's license to be a real ID, but what does a real ID have to do with a driver's license? Right. And basically it's just you have a little star up in the corner of there. So I mean, you're paying a little extra money to get that, but you know, people in America are already having a tough time buying groceries. Who can afford to pay a few extra dollars to renew a license to drive for work just because they want it to be the real edition, the real deal? So, uh, absolutely, there are drawbacks. Okay. In Germany, driver's license can uh, well get you down 3 4k euros, 3 to 4 thousand euros. Well, a euro and 3 to 4 thousand euros, a euro versus a dollar. So it's a little different for me to kind of understand what denomination of, purchasing power that 3 or 4k euros gets you versus 3 or 4 thousand dollars USD. But I can imagine the drawback. It's around the same value, really. Hmm. The euro is a bit stronger. I think so. Yeah. And that's kind of weird. That's funny. That's like a ton, and a ton is $2,000. I'm sorry, a ton is 2,000 pounds, and a yard is 1,500. I mean 2,500 pounds. Right. So usually you go and say, "Oh, I need a ton of sand," or "Give me a yard of sand." You'll wind up with 500 pounds more. So there's that denomination in how much things weigh, or how much uh, the bulk of the denomination stuff is. But we don't really measure everything in yards. Some people come and say, "Hey, yeah, man, I need a couple yards." And so, you mean a yard or a ton? It's pretty much the same as 500 pound difference. Yeah, the metric system's awesome. It is. It is. Yeah. But so Hey, quick question. How about that dinar? What do you think? Are they revaluing the dinar? Is it going to go up? I mean, it was devalued by the Obama administration, I believe, right? And see, now we're talking about global economics, geopolitical. Really, I can go down that rabbit hole. Um, however, um, Cool Cat, what's going on, Cool Cat? Let me get a like. I hope you guys are subscribed to the channel. There isn't a dinar. It's a lot of countries' currencies called. Okay, so I mean, okay, well, the Iraqi dinar. I used to have some too, and I don't know what happened to it. Lost it somewhere. Somebody, I don't know, somebody probably came over here and walked out of my daggone house with it. I had big notes too. Hey, I appreciate you for your it's a free subscription, you guys. Cool Cats, appreciate you for subscribing. And yeah, this is like uh one of those things where Iraq is still in crisis. So I think it'll turn fair better in the future. Well, you make sure you come back and join me, man. You know what I'm saying? And stay on the lookout for some videos coming to you. I did post up another video before that was kind of an AI video. It was my picture, but it was an image of me talking. I don't know if you guys seen it, but I'm trying to work on using that. So you know what I'm saying? That's just but something you could look forward to. Um, Sorry for my sentence section. The best. It's all good. It's all good, man. Um, is my video being translated for you? Because I know I changed that in the thing in the settings because I know I would try to reach a broader audience. So I'm speaking in English, but is the transcript coming through in a different language? Okay, okay, all right. Well, it's good to know. That's good to know. So, but yeah, what's no transcript. So okay, so I need to go back and try to fix that. But I'm trying to reach a broader audience internationally. I'm gonna do some international traveling coming up very soon in the next few weeks. But I can't leave until our season ends here at work, and then I can go ahead and book, my travel. And yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, and you have a great, wonderful day. Be safe out there and enjoy yourself, and stay blessed. Um, so I'm gonna play this real quick. This clip. Let me try to get to that part I was talking about earlier with this. These people are okay. Here she is, right here. Okay, here, there it is. You guys listen to this. Walmart hit you with a Uno reverse. Well, Mr. World himself allegedly basically said the storefront will come November 1st. If y'all don't have y'all's groceries, if y'all don't have y'all stuff together, y'all will not be able to walk your happy tails inside of the store. Crazy. So Walmart is talking about they ain't gonna let people in the store because people are running around on the internet talking about they're gonna be stealing, but then the Walmart employee says it's not even true. None of this is absolutely false. None of the stores in any of the country of the U.S. is not closing their doors because of no government assistance coming to November 1st. Absolutely false. Okay. So you heard it from another Walmart. That's a Walmart employee. She said that's false. So you guys will be able to go out and do your shopping on 1st of November, um, just like any other regular day. Uh, I will keep my head on a swivel though, because there will be people who probably are going to go there and expect, I don't know, other people to show up and be ready to kind of run in. There's probably gonna be somebody that's gonna do that. Like, yeah, I heard that. They're gonna just run up and then start. You, I'm telling you, there's a lot of gun owners. You're not gonna be able to just run up to nobody and snatch their grocery bag and run and jump in your. People are not gonna go for that because right now, as tough as it is, everybody is really, really, really at a point right now in this country where things are very hard and people are, they're gonna fight. It's gonna be ain't giving up. That people are already out here, just you know, sacrificing, right? They're sacrificing to be able to take care of their families at home. So with that sacrifice, um, they ready to go that extra mile. And if that means some fool want to try to come running because you don't got your bag, or you don't got your EBT, if you try to run up and take somebody's stuff, don't be surprised, man, if somebody pull out on you, man. I'm just saying, don't be surprised if somebody damn bust you upside your head. Don't be surprised, because they already done declared themselves that they gonna go out and start doing it. So that people are gonna be ready to counteract that. So just keep that in mind, you guys. All right. Um, I'm gonna wrap this thing up since it's been a little bit more than 30 minutes. I'm not gonna drag it out. I made my point. I hope you guys are having a great day. I appreciate the likes. I appreciate all the comments. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification button so that when I do put another video up, and it just may be an AI video because I'm working on that. I've done one, trial and error. It came out okay, but I'm going to keep on keeping on, and you guys do the same. You guys have a great one. Appreciate you for watching. Come back and check me out, and we'll have another discussion. All right. Hopefully, it won't be something that sounds so, like the sky is falling. Like, because that's the way it seemed, like the sky is falling. Like, we're not going to get our benefits. We're not going to be able to go, we got to start looting and robbing. Nah, we don't want you doing that. Stay calm, stay collective, stay cool, stay humble, stay peaceful, stay blessed. All right? Yeah, peace out, man. I'm your boy Swizzy, man.